Hello, everyone. Another week. What a week difference a week can make. Going over the vitals first, we have 8 individuals who have tested or have COVID. Omicron. I'm really pleased to say that none of them, thank goodness, are displaying serious symptoms at all, which again is really underpinning the value of these vaccinations. So that is such good news. Isolation of colleagues, we're down to 26. So we hit 38 last week, down to 26. Obviously, we've got more people coming in all the time who are testing, but equally, we've got people who are coming out of this 7-day isolation period. So it may be that it's that we've reached the worst point, and maybe it's on its way down, and maybe we'll have more people coming out of isolation than going in. Let's keep our fingers crossed. It seems to be definitely on the right trajectory. We've got, I think, at this moment in time, 5 homes in lockdown, although that sort of changes fairly quickly. Really pleased to say that the Old Hall, which has been in a long continuous lockdowns, is out. Thank goodness for that, which is great. People can start getting back to a little bit more normality. We have done 2,048 tests in the last 7-day look back, which is a massive number. The sheer administration, the sheer operation of that is incredible. Alongside everything else that our amazing teams are doing. PCR tests coming back, ridiculous, won't even go there. Just a failure, the PCR thing, which can't understand why at this stage now. Okay, we have provided 10,000 meals from the Lincolnshire Hotel. We've done a really nice film, which will have been a couple of weeks in the lead up to Christmas, and we're running through January. Again, this is very much about taking the pressure off our fantastic colleagues in the homes who are on fairly tight staffing, a lot of them, because we can't move people around between homes and all the rest of it, all the usual things. And it makes sure that every individual is getting a really nice meal. They look great, and also that our colleagues are getting a meal as well, because we want to look after them absolutely as much as we look after the individuals that we support. So that's all really good. I'm going to be very optimistic and throw caution to the wind. I'm going to say that I think by the end of this month, we're going to be in a really different situation. I think from everything that seems to be being said and interpreting it, that we're actually coming to the end of this horrible, extreme period. And fingers crossed, but very shortly we could well be looking at, okay, we're now just going to treat COVID in its various forms as just another winter flu or the equivalent. And that certainly seems to be the reading that one's seeing everywhere. Thank God, hospitalizations are not massive, although significant for those that are in there. But shockingly, I think nearly 40% of people who've got COVID in hospitals have actually caught it in the hospitals themselves. So, and then you see this horrible figures of death rates and so on, which is just so depressing. But then you've also got to remember that somebody who perhaps went in for another condition into hospital and then caught COVID and maybe perhaps passed away as a result of that original condition, it will be stated, as I understand it, as a COVID death. So, data, all these figures, you've got to really look at them quite skeptically. And also this ridiculous thing about the 7-day isolation when the States, America and other countries are moving towards a 5-day isolation. And it turns out that whatever the health guys call themselves now, they got it wrong. They didn't understand what the data was that was coming from the States, and they've made a mistake. Please just get this isolation period down to 5 days, which is sensible, with 2 subsequent days of clear testing. All these things will make a huge difference. And I think hopefully, if my optimism is here next week, it could be bye-bye COVID in the context that we understand it and the way it's been impacting us for nearly 2 years. And hopefully it will just become just another thing that we have to contend with, and we will all get vaccinated with new generation vaccinations later in the year. Let's be positive. We all need to be positive, because it's been a pretty stressful period for the last few weeks for everybody, for individuals, for you guys, families, but particularly for our fantastic colleagues who've just gone the extra mile. As always, we're so grateful to you for everything that you've done. So look, on that happier note, full of optimism. It's a sunny day where I am at this moment in time. I'd like to wish you a fantastic weekend and a great week. And let's hope we can all be positive next week as well. All the very best.